Welcome back to Green is Good, and we're so honored today to have with us Ro Kumar. He's the co-founder of Brush with Bamboo. Welcome to Green is Good, Ro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, John.
Oh, we're thrilled to have you on. You're doing such wonderful work, and we're going to get to that story of Brush with Bamboo. But before that, I want to hear, and our listeners want to hear, the Ro Kumar story. How did you get here? How did you become an ecopreneur, sustainability superstar? Talk about your journey as a young man and growing up and then having an epiphany, an idea, and going into business for yourself.
Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with my family and where I came from.
Okay.
I was born to Indian immigrants who came to the United States in 1970, and my family is all farmers.
Oh.
So when they came to Southern California originally, and they bought our first suburban house, which is near Claremont in Southern California,
Sure.
they started planting stuff. And, I grew up in a cookie-cutter suburban housing development in a little miniature Indian farm. And growing up, I would always have fresh, delicious, organic food, even before organic became like a word. And and it wasn't until college, I went to college at UC Berkeley, that I really realized what I had grown up with. I grew up on an organic farm, and I was fed natural food, and this is how I grew up. And when I went to college, the juxtaposition of the organic, natural lifestyle that I grew up with, it really started compared with the conventional and conventional factory farming and all that. I really started learning about the gift I had been given growing up, and that is what really inspired my journey into sustainability, because I feel that my roots and where I came from, really affected and really showed me how natural products, natural food is really the healthiest and the best way. And it's also a traditional way. Like, the majority of the world is still eating this way and is still living this way. And I really want to preserve that and cultivate that here. And I feel like that's my family's legacy to me.
Your family was just doing their thing, but you really were raised the way everybody's going now, organic, and that was a lucky break, but it influenced you, and you continued on that path. Yeah,
I continue to, and ever since I went to college, and my brother also went to college, we kind of told our parents, like, look, what you guys are doing is great, and we ended up converting our house more and more into, like, everything is, even the front yard is gone now. It's all a vegetable garden. There's fruit trees everywhere. And we really are embracing, creating a homestead where even the suburbs can be sustainable. So this is where I came from. And, coming from that background, I guess, it's not too surprising that I decided to go into sustainable business.
So talk a little bit about that. You started this wonderful company. For our listeners out there that want to look at what Ro created and co-founded, I'm on your site right now. It is simply gorgeous. It's www.brushwithbamboo.com. How did you and your co-founder come up with this idea for bamboo toothbrushes?
Yeah, it really, I had that sustainable background from my family.
Right.
And, there was a time when I was done with college, and I was in a time in my life where I wanted to start something, do something, and we happened to be watching a lot of documentaries at my house that night, around that time, and I remember distinctly watching this documentary called Plastic Planet. And, the maker of the documentary, he dropped a fact that really stood out to me, and it was that every piece of plastic ever created still exists. And, that really stood out to me. And then he talked about all the harms that result from use of plastic, how every human has plastic in their bloodstream, has BPA in their bloodstream. And literally, it was that night that I went to go brush my teeth, and I was like, wait a second, I'm putting this in my mouth, twice a day. And initially I was like, okay, I'm brushing with plastic, and I never thought I would create a toothbrush company. But as I started thinking about it more and more, and my co-founder actually at the time was applying to dental school, and he was a friend of mine from UC Berkeley, and we also coincidentally had some friends involved in the bamboo industry, making bamboo textiles and bamboo clothing and stuff like that, and it kind of just came together. I felt like it was almost meant to be. Everything kind of came together. We had my friend who's going to be a dentist, and my friend who was really involved in the bamboo industry, and we just came up with this idea.
What? And how many years ago was that?
That was about 2.5 years ago that we had the idea, and the actual bamboo toothbrush, the first bamboo toothbrush, hit the market about 1.5 years ago.
Perfect.
So it took us about a year to actually come up with it and develop it.
Which isn't long for entrepreneurs. You did a good job. You dreamed it up, you visioned it, and you got it launched. So let's talk a little bit about the problem and solution. You started talking about plastic and the problems with plastic and the epiphany that you had while you were watching the movie. What's the problem for our listeners out there? Why shouldn't they be using plastic toothbrushes, and why did you choose bamboo as the replacement?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you just think about it, the facts really speak for themselves. We, on average, use 4 toothbrushes per year. We use a toothbrush for 3 months, and we dispose of it. And if you just extrapolate that to all of America is doing that, and most of Europe, and now increasingly more of India and Asia and China, they're all brushing with plastic. It adds up to about 4.7 billion plastic toothbrushes used every year worldwide. And each of those toothbrushes has plastic bristle, plastic handle, plastic packaging, and they last for about 1,000 years each. So it's just 4.7 billion pieces of plastic that are accumulating every year, because we treat this as a disposable, one-time use type of thing, but it's really not. It's going to exist in the world for a millennium. And what really pops out to me is that if you think about the first plastic toothbrush was invented by the DuPont company in 1938, and the first prototype they invented still has about 900 years before it fully biodegrades. So we're dealing with a problem of accumulation.
Wow.
And wherever you see plastic waste in this world, you will find plastic toothbrush waste as well.
And how did you choose bamboo as the right replacement for plastic?
So bamboo, the issue with we did look into a lot of wooden toothbrushes in the beginning, but the issue with wood is that you keep your toothbrush in the moist bathroom environment where things are wet,
right,
and things tend to mold. So that's the problem with a lot of wooden. There are some wooden toothbrushes out there, but I find that in the moist bathroom environment, it tends to create mold on wooden surfaces. But that's the genius of bamboo, is that bamboo is a miracle plant in many ways, and that's why it's so popular in the sustainable business environment, is that unlike wood, bamboo is naturally antifungal, naturally antibacterial, and it defends itself much better against mold in the bathroom. And as long as you keep our toothbrush fairly dry, it can't be soaking in water or anything like that, but it does not mold in the bathroom.
So let's talk about your toothbrush. How is the business going? How has it been received? And where can people... I want people to buy your toothbrush because you make a compelling story. We shouldn't be using plastic toothbrushes anymore. So where can people find your great toothbrush? And by the way, I use your toothbrush. I bought it somewhere, and I love your toothbrush. So for our listeners out there, it's a great toothbrush. It works wonderfully, and you feel better using it. Where can our listeners buy your toothbrush?
So we're available in about 200 retail locations in the U.S., and we're concentrated primarily on the West Coast,
right?
Mostly in little health food stores and eco stores and stuff like that. The largest chains we're in are like, there's Nugget Market and Mother's Market, but we're not in Whole Foods yet or anything like that. But yeah, 200 retail locations. It's really spread out all over the place. What I will tell your listeners is that we offer the same price as most of our retailers online at brushwithbamboo.com, and we do offer free shipping nationwide to Hawaii, to Alaska, anywhere in the United States, free shipping. And you'll get if you order it online at brushwithbamboo.com, you'll get your toothbrush in about 2 to 3 days. So,
wow.
And it's free shipping.
Wow.
And on top of that, John, we don't use any plastic in our shipping process. So
that's great.
The toothbrushes are shipped in a recycled paper package that uses paper tape. So everything is, we try to keep in line with our mission in everything we do.
That is so great. And once people are done using your toothbrush, are there other creative ways to reuse your product or recycle your great toothbrush?
Yeah, and this is something we thought about really early on, is that, well, you could throw this toothbrush and even the packaging is recycled paper,
That's
the wrapper
great.
is compostable, so you can throw everything in your green waste bin.
Right.
But we did think about this early on, is that, we have a perfectly good, high-quality piece of bamboo.
Right.
And we started thinking about ways that we could creatively reuse this handle. So we thought about we could use it as a seedling marker. You can write tomato on there and put it in the seedling pot. Or we've had people send us images of they're using their old toothbrush handles to put their hair up, or create structures, or paint mixers, different little art projects for kids. And the bamboo handles are kind of like popsicle sticks, but a little sturdier, and you can just reuse them however you need.
But for our listeners out there, your handles are biodegradable, and the bristles, which are really soft, by the way, are BPA free.
Yeah, we use that was one of the issues with the bristles, is that we tried to create a biodegradable bristle. Initially, we used a bamboo blend in our bristles.
Right.
But the issue is that currently, to get a real biodegradable bristle, you'd have to use animal hair, like boar's hair or badger hair.
Right.
And there are a couple issues with that. Is that first of all, it's really hard, and it's damaging to the gums. Like, it's recommended that if you use animal hair bristles, you should only brush a few times a week. And the other thing is it's animal product, so we didn't want to get something that we couldn't guarantee was sourced humanely. So
right.
The bristle, we're using the highest grade of nylon available, which is called nylon 6, and it does biodegrade in about a year after you dispose it. And we also are certifying that BPA-free. The entire product is also certified free of no toxic chemicals, no BPA in the whole product, and we certify that.
Well, if our listeners just joined us, we've got Ro Kumar on. He's the co-founder of Brush with Bamboo. Go to their website, brushwithbamboo.com. You could order his great products. Besides speaking of toothbrushes, you have more than just toothbrushes. I'm on your site now. You have other products. Share with our listeners out there, what else do you have that they could enjoy sustainably?
So, one other thing we thought of last year was we just got to thinking about drinking straw, other daily use products that people use every day, and we thought about drinking straws. The plastic drinking straws. It's so irritating to me when people give them away willy-nilly, because these things, they last for centuries, and it's not really disposable. They exist for centuries, and we use 1 billion plastic straws per day.
Wow.
Just to give you,
wow.
It's a massive plastic waste stream, 1 billion per day. So, we created bamboo drinking straws. So it's actually a variety of bamboo that grows very thin at maturity, and we are cutting them into 10-inch pieces, and it works perfectly great as a bamboo drinking straw. You can reuse them, and the packaging that we put them in and keeping in line with our mission is also fully biodegradable. They come in a bag made from plant starch and a recycled paper tag, and the entire product off the shelf could technically go in your green waste bin. It's all biodegradable.
Got it. Talk a little bit about your vision and your goals now. You've got the business launched. You're in about 200 stores. You're selling online. What's your goal? Where are you going with Brush with Bamboo in the future? And what's your real long-term goals here, Ro?
Yeah, for us, looking at the whole market, there's 4.7 billion plastic toothbrushes used every year. There's 1 billion plastic straws used every day. We want more and more of that huge number which we're only hitting a fraction of right now, to convert to the sustainable alternative, to convert to bamboo. And we really want to pour our resources as a company going forward into, I just want to create the best products possible. And because more than marketing, more than anything else, I think that by creating the best product possible, more and more people will support our mission. So, for example, like one thing we want to do going forward is to start sourcing FSC certified bamboo, meaning right now we use bamboo that I know is sustainably farmed. It is farmed bamboo. It's not old growth bamboo. Mm-hmm. But I want to get that certified, and to get that certified, it costs thousands of dollars. But it's something that I want to do to further put that trust with my customers and with people that support our company. And we're also looking into bamboo sources. Right now, our bamboo comes from Asia, and we're looking at bamboo sources in Hawaii and Alabama, and really looking at what are the possibilities, what kind of stuff can we do with that domestically grown bamboo. And we really just want to improve our products, really stay true to sustainability, and convert more of that market away from the non-biodegradable petroleum-based materials that we're using, and convert it into sustainable products that will, over time, degrade back into the earth and not end up in the stomachs of birds or anything like that.
Ro, we're down to the last 3 minutes, but I didn't ask you earlier. Do you have a lot of competition in this space? Because I don't see it out there. I bought your toothbrush without even ever having met you, and I love it. Is there a lot of competition right now?
Not really, John. There is not a lot of competition in this space, and for that reason, we feel like the sky's the limit, and the potential market is huge. And when I use the word market, I'm hesitant to say like we're capturing the market here, but it's the more people that it's like voting in an election. Like the more people that vote for a sustainable material,
right,
by purchasing it with their dollars, we are actually changing global consumption patterns.
You're right,
and we're changing the patterns of material usage, and we can really shift entire industries by voting against plastic. So that's what I try to tell my customers and try to tell people when I talk about the toothbrush, that when you purchase products like these or any other products that are from companies that are committed to biodegradability, you're voting against plastic pollution. And that's what's the important part about products like these. We're changing through voting with our dollars.
So we're down to the last minute. 2 questions, Ro. A, where do people go to learn more about our horrible plastic problem right now in the world? And B, a few last pearls of wisdom from you to the young entrepreneurs that are listening that want to be the next Ro Kumar.
Sure, John. So definitely there are some really good resources out there for learning about the plastic pollution crisis. The first I'll give is myplasticfreelife.com. And this is a blog run by Beth Terry, who's one of the nation's leading plastic activists. Okay. And she's really supported our mission, and Beth Terry endorsed us as her favorite toothbrush. So that's the level of scrutiny that we put this product through, is that she looked at all our paperwork, all our testing, and really she's a really strong consumer advocate, and she supports us. And I would also recommend your listeners definitely watch some of these great movies out there. There's Plastic Planet, and there's also Bag It as in plastic bags. These are great resources to learn about the situation. And for any entrepreneurs out there, I would just say just follow your passion. Like it's all about making things happen that you want to see happen. And to your listeners, Green is Good Radio. Green is Good Radio. That's the coupon code for 10% off any of our products. All lowercase. Green is Good Radio, one word.
You're the best, Ro. And for our listeners out there, go support Ro Kumar and his great work at Brush with Bamboo. It's www.brushwithbamboo.com. Ro Kumar, you are a sustainability superstar and truly living proof that green is good.